Hey, what's going on? It's J.Good at Str8OutDaDen.com. I'm on the line actually with .com right now. Say what's up, people.
Man, what's up, man? It's TL from .com.
Yo, this Joker from .com, man. What's going on?
Hey, man, nothing much, man. Thank you guys both for calling in, man. We do appreciate it. For those who may not know you guys, I first came across you actually a couple of days ago. The "You Love Me" video, I came across it, and I put it up on the site, and it's one of those records that people, you pretty much gave us a different perspective of something that most people don't really talk about as much. Could you just give us like some insight or the concept behind the record itself and the video for that matter?
Well, first and foremost, I have to give 50% of the credit up front to LR. LR had produced the track, and when I heard the track, everything kind of just flowed from there.
Mm-hmm.
And what really kind of caught me was how the sample was used, because with the sample,
yeah.
the way that I heard the sample, I felt like it was asking a question.
Okay.
So I started exploring the actual thought of it being a question. Like, you love me? Do you love me? And then I started running through all type of different circumstances and situations that I've been through throughout my relationships with women and this, that, and the third. And, it was kind of unveiling, because I realized, a lot of times in like media and just, socially and everything, like anytime women get done wrong, it's usually because of the guy, and they they stick it to the guy, and they make it like, yo, this dude, he tricked her, he did this, that, and the third, or he made her do this. And then I started really thinking about a lot of stuff that I've seen myself personally, and it's just like, these girls know that, because females are very intelligent.
Yeah,
first
you're
and
right.
foremost.
You're right.
So
Absolutely.
they already know what's going on beforehand, way before it even gets to the point that it gets to. So when it gets there, it's almost like they played themselves, but they didn't really get played. It's kind of like covering bases. It's like to everybody else, I got played, but for me, I got exactly what I wanted, because I knew what was going to happen.
Okay. I like that, and I'm glad that you actually said that, because it is so true, especially just in the media and just in culture itself. It's always the guy. You know what I mean? Like, nobody ever asked the female, why did something happen? You know what I mean? It's always, oh, he must have did something to make her do this. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that you guys brought that out, and the visuals brought that out as well. With the hotel room scene and all of that. Who idea was it behind the video to really express it with the hotel scene?
Big shout out to Zach and Victor. They both directed the video, and the plot of it basically came about from bouncing ideas. We was bouncing ideas for about a month, and we really didn't know where to go with it, because the song is, it's kind of complex. It's not easy to catch. So I actually had an idea of going out on a date and things like that I was discussing with Joker, and he was like, man, we can make it way more simple than that, way more plain. How about you just thinking about something, you're imagining it as the video goes on, and he's the narrator. And then, my imagination, for the end of the song, it climaxes, which is my verse. And, shit hits the fan, basically.
Yeah.
So, and then I don't end up going into the room, because I imagined the whole thing going on in my head, and he was the narrator. And he was like kind of my conscience the whole time.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
it was a collaborative effort.
Yeah,
Most
man.
definitely.
I love it, and the fact that you guys used the Jill Scott sample, that was really one of my favorite Jill Scott records. And
Right.
yeah,
I love that. First City's a classic.
yeah, and when you said that, you looked at it as a question, I never thought about it that way. It's just like, you hear the song and you kind of take it for what it is, but to hear somebody else give like their perspective of the record, that is so great. And now.
Right.
You guys, I know you're working on an upcoming project. It's going to be called the Free EP, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so what do we have to look forward to with that project? Is it going to be more records along the lines of You Love Me, or is it some more up tempo stuff? What are we expected to see or hear for that?
I mean, first and foremost, the Free EP is kind of just our testament of the movement that we have, which is pursuing heights and reality that everybody ensues. That's actually what free stands for.
Okay.
And what we really want to achieve, or by the whole purpose of .com, is we like doing whatever we feel. We like doing things however we like going about it. Whether it's let's be lyrical, or let's have fun, or let's be thought provoking. Let's talk about a social issue. Let's talk about personal issues. Like we expand on a lot of different stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So, but to kind of sum it up, or to tell people this is what it sounds like, or that, I really would do it disjustice of even trying to tell people how it sounds. But it's a lot of stuff on there. I mean, like a lot of records. Like You Love Me is a really great record. That was one of our favorite records actually going into making the project.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the caliber of all the rest of the songs, they're literally probably on the same level, but none of them ever come from the same angle.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And actually, cause like right now, we're on the way heading to do a video right now for one of the songs off the EP called Pawn Shops, Gun Stores, and Liquor Stores.
Okay, tell us about it. That's an interesting title.
Right. I mean, well, basically how the concept for that song came about was I was sitting around, I was watching Boyz In The Hood, and which is it's a classic movie.
Classic.
So a lot of stuff that was in there that I don't think a lot of people paid strong enough attention to.
Okay.
People pay attention to the violence and the heartbreak and everything that's going on, but I don't think people paid attention to the actual issues, like what Furious was talking about during when he was talking about gentrification and so forth and so on, and then even the dialogue, which is how I opened the song up, that Ice Cube had at the very end of the song.
Yeah, about not knowing his brother. They don't know that I have a brother. We was talking to Cuba Gooding Jr. right at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
And dialogue that he had was, he was watching the news and he was like, they showing foreign stuff, all type of stuff on the news, and they didn't have one thing about my brother.
Mm-hmm.
That actually got him into the area where he proposed the question, like, either they don't know, they don't show, but they just don't care about what's going on here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote in the hood. So then, just expanding off that idea, that's really where that song came from. I also watched the documentary called Made in America, Crips and Bloods.
Yeah.
And it had some of that same exact information in it.
It's funny, man. Well, not necessarily, not funny, but it's amazing that the information that we do see that the media feeds us. But, some of those social issues and things that are going on in everyone's neighborhoods, man, they don't talk about. You know what I mean? So I can respect when artists like you guys bring that up in your music, because at the end of the day, that's honesty in music. You're showing stuff that, everybody may not get a chance to see. You know what I mean? And I can really appreciate that.
Right. Thank you.
No problem at all. I did have another question. I want to know, how did you guys meet?
Oh, actually, my mom, and his mom. My mom is his mom's auntie.
Okay.
So his grandpa is my uncle.
Gotcha.
And we met at birth.
It's family.
We met at birth. We family. That's my cousin, man.
Yeah, that's family. I mean, you know what? Nothing wrong with that, man. Family, you can learn from family, you can argue, you can fight with family, but at the end of the day, it's love, you know what I mean? And I'm sure you guys bring it out in the music.
I got a funnier story for you, man. Name King to the Mic, the first name that we had was still our name, but we don't go by that all the time. I actually was made up at church.
Oh, word.
Yeah, made up at church on a pew, man. They was was doing the service, and I'm like, man, we need a name. We writing down names, passing notes. That was hilarious. Yeah, man, we grew up together, man.
That's cool, man. That's cool, man. You say it started at church. Nothing wrong with that, man. It's fitting. Right. You know what I mean? It's fitting. You got to start somewhere. That's a great place to have a solid foundation. Solid foundation. Now, you guys, you grew up in Michigan, correct?
Yes, for the most part, yes.
Like, tell me the music scene, because for most people, when you hear about Michigan, especially now, the only thing that really comes to mind is Eminem. You know what I mean? So your music, and it is not like Eminem's music. You know what I mean? Like his style is a little different. But how does being from Michigan and really influence, the things that you talk about and, your the way you write and all of that?
Well, I mean, first off, Michigan has some of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen in my life. Put that plug in there real fast. Secondly, musically and sonically, man, we don't really have, we don't have a sound. And I think that's the beautiful thing about the Midwest in general. We're not limited to a sound. I mean, no shade towards the West Coast, East Coast, or down South. They all got their own styles, and that's a great thing, too. When it comes to the Midwest, I mean, you got Nelly, you got Eminem, you got your Big Sean. You have these different, Kanye West, you have these different caliber of artists that come out with these amazing sounds. In Michigan, individually, you have people on the local scene or statewide known that it's not limited to anything. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the most beautiful thing about Michigan. We can pull from everything. We can pull from a West Coast, sound and an East Coast sound or, a down South sound and create our own. So I think that's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that fully answers your question all the way, did it?
No. I mean, that was good because, now that you say that is kind of true. Like, the West Coast has their certain sound and so does the East Coast, a lot of sample driven hip hop, right, and the down south are the 808s. But now that you say that, you think about the artists like the Nellies and the Kanye West. It's not really in a box. You know what I mean? It's kind of
right,
like you guys take a little bit from everywhere and try to put it in your music. So I can respect that. Hey, it's J.Good of Str8OutDaDen.com. That's STR the number 8 OUTDADEN.com, and I'm actually on the line with .com. And we're talking about some of their upcoming projects and the You Love Me video. Before we get out of here, because I know you guys are busy, you're actually shooting a video right now. What, if anything, for people that may not know you, what is the one thing that you would like for people to take away from this interview?
It's crazy because me and Joker had this conversation a while ago. And I guess taking away that we real. On this road to, chasing, our videos played on TV or receiving awards, because those are some of the accolades that we do want to achieve within our career. But we want people to understand that, man, anything is possible. Like, we real. Like, we started in Michigan, and as you just said, there's not a lot of artists just, flourishing from Michigan. So to break open and do what we're doing even right now, it's a blessing, man. And anything is possible. I know that might sound cliche, but it's real truth. So that's me personally. That's T.O. And I don't know what Joker got to say. I don't know if he has anything to say. Oh, okay. He's just agreeing with me. So yeah,
cool,
I guess that's
cool.
what you can take from it.
Gotcha, man. Well, hey, I want to thank you guys for calling in. We really do appreciate it. What's your Twitter information if people want to get in contact with you?
Twitter is KINGZOFTHEMIC. Kings of the Mic with a Z.
Gotcha. And now, one thing that we do with everyone that I try to talk to in our phone interviews, we like to end on a high note. If you guys can, just give us a couple of bars, man.
I knew he was going to ask.
Hey, it don't have to be a freestyle. You can spit something written, man. We just want to hear you rap.
I'm going to leave that to the EP, man. I'm sorry to turn that down right now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, do it right now. But the EP is coming soon. Free EP is coming soon. And we have another video coming soon. So we'll be in contact, man.
All right, man. Cool. Well, hey, once again, it's J.Good at Str8OutDaDen.com. I'm on the line with .com. I appreciate you guys for calling in, okay?
Yeah, thanks for the interview, man.
All right, no problem at all, man.
Stay up, man. Be sweet, my nigga.
Yeah.